I'm good. Hey, welcome to episode number 47 of the Langille Show. My name is Brian Langille, and I'm unofficially Milford, Nova Scotia's gift to the internet. So how was everyone's weekend? Everyone have a good time? Mine was relatively quiet for the most part, other than the barbecue accident. And by barbecue accident, I mean that I accidentally burnt my hand. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, Langille, your hand doesn't go on the grill. You don't flip it and do it over. And thank you for the warning. I do get that. But actually, it had nothing to do with the grill. There was a fire that kind of broke out in our barbecue, and me being the wise person that I was, figured I'll go put it out, but first I'll go move the food. So I ran out onto my deck and I grabbed the tongs and I went to move the chicken, which were on a higher grill than the burger, which was on fire. And instead of doing the logical thing, which was go around the fire, pick it up, and move the chicken, I just went straight through the fire. Now, mind you, I learned pretty quick there was a problem when everything kind of smelled funny. I looked down and all the hair on my hand was singed to a brownish kind of gray color. That's when I realized that you don't do it that way. So I've learned my lesson. I don't really plan on going through flames anymore. It's meant more of a go around sort of thing. Yeah, so the chicken turned out okay, the burger was okay, my hand's okay. I don't know if it shows up on video or not there. I'm missing a lot of the hair on my hand, as you can see, where I singed and burnt it. So, you know, you live and you learn. But overall, I got to tell you, it's not really that good of an idea. Anyway, speaking of chicken, I got asked over the weekend whether or not I ever intended on talking about this, and I figured no, because I've already done two flashbacks, but then I figured good things come in threes. So we're going to talk about the third and final flashback for the next little bit. And that's when I kind of went into a chicken wing eating contest. Now, if you know me, you've probably heard this story. If you were at my wedding, you definitely heard this story. And if you were with me, you were there for this story. But we were in a local establishment in Halifax that hosted their weekly chicken wing eating contest. And a bunch of us went, figuring we'd get wings, and everything was cool. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to participate in this. I'm going to take this one on. Now, the record was 72 wings in one sitting. And yes, I know what you're thinking. If the record was 72 and I beat that, Jesus, how many wings did Langille eat? We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. But the point is that I went in at 10 cents a wing. I was like, yeah, I'll do this. So let's start. So I moved to the table that they were having the eating competition at. And I sat there and they brought out the first thing of wings. And wings were done in orders of 10. That way it was pretty simple to keep track of them. And, you know, I kind of plowed through them. They were fine. And I went on to my next one and my next one. And as I'm eating these little containers of wings at 10 wings a pop, there seems to be fewer and fewer people at the table. People are taking like their bib off and they're saying, I'm done, yada, yada, yada. And me, I'm just going and going and going. And, you know, like I said, the record was 72. So as I'm plowing through these, more and more people are starting to come up around the table to watch. There's less people sitting there, but more people watching. And I'm eating my wings, and they're progressively getting hotter as they go. From what I remembered, you can't actually, you can drink water. You can't drink milk because milk will cool things down. You can't, there's certain things you could and couldn't do. Basically, my main objective was to sit there and eat as many wings as I could. Like I said, the record was 72, and when I had reached 60, there was like 3 of us left at the table, and I was like, wow, okay. So I'm going through my 50 to 60 range of wings, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And then the other part of me was like, you're that close, keep going. So I'm sitting there and I'm eating my wings and things are good. So there's like me and like one other person at this point by the time I reach 70. And when they go to bring the next thing, a plate of wings in, he's like, no, I'm done. So now I'm 2 wings away from the record. So I figure, what the hell, it's 2 wings, I'm gonna do this, right? So they bring out my next one and I eat 1 wing, which brought me to 71. Ate the second wing, which tied it. And then I picked up my 3rd wing and they made the announcement that I'm about to break the record. I eat the wing, things are good, people are clapping. Other people are like, look at that asshole. But you know, overall, it was one of those things. And, you know, I ate that wing, so I beat the record officially, and then I kept going, and I have no idea how or why more importantly than how. They brought out, I went through those, I got to 80, so then I ate the next one, which got me to 90. And I'm sitting there and my mouth is on fire. I can't drink anything other than water at this point. I'm done, right? And I waved them on to bring my next one, which means I'm going for 100. Yes, that's right, I said 100. Anyway, so they go and they bring out the next one, and these are like, the minute you pick them up, you know how you can kind of smell how hot chicken wings are? I know that makes no sense, but if you eat wings, you know what I'm talking about. Well, when I picked the first one up just to smell it, like this, it just about knocks you out. It's insane how hot it was. So I ate the first one, and I kept going, and I ate a second one. At this point, I'm ready to tap. I'm ready to say I'm done. And for some reason, people were cheering me on, so I did it again. And I did it again, and I got to the 96th wing, and I picked it up, and I had it on my tongue. I was like, I'm done. And I didn't put it down. I actually ate that wing. As soon as I put it down, I was like, that's it. I'm done. Ring it. And I asked for the biggest glass of milk they could possibly bring me. 96 chicken wings I ate in one sitting. Now, I know you're sitting there going, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of wings. And you're right. But to give you an idea of how many wings 96 wings actually are, we're going to pile them up on the screen here. So, yeah, that's about it. That's how many wings I ate in one sitting. Now, I know a lot of you sitting there going, how did you possibly survive that? And to be honest with you, I didn't. In fact, I didn't go to work for the next 2 days after that, simply because of the fact that I was just suffering from the BTAs like you would not believe. So I blowtorch asshole, for those of you who are wondering. Anyway, so I didn't go to work for the next 2 days. I just flat out couldn't. But I own the record for the most amount of chicken wings eaten in one sitting at a local establishment, a bar in Halifax. Now, I'm not mentioning their name because I don't want to get into that whole legality thing, but if you do a search for restaurants that serve chicken wings on Spring Garden Road in Halifax, it wouldn't take too much to figure it out. But that's the deal. That's how many chicken wings I had. And yeah, I don't eat that many anymore. I think the record I've eaten since then may have been 30, which again, I realize is a large number. But there was a time back in 1994 that I ate 96 chicken wings in one sitting. Yeah, I do realize how fucked up that is at this point, but thanks for pointing it out. I now have chicken wings for the joy of having chicken wings, as opposed to seeing how bad I can screw up my stomach. You may have noticed there's not really a lot of updates from my Twitter account with the Langille Show, or actually you probably wouldn't notice because not many people follow me on Twitter as far as the Langille Show goes. So I've decided as of last night I'm not going to update that anymore. So I'm no longer going to be plugging the fact that you can find me at twitter.com/The Langille Show. From now on, my only Twitter account will be twitter.com/Langille. And don't worry, I'm not going to take it out and not put anything else in because I want to talk about the Facebook group dedicated to the Langille Show. There's like 37, 38 subscribers now in that group. There's some talking going on as to what's going to make the best of Langille Show DVD. So if you want to get in on that and pick what clips make it, you should join that group. You can find the link down here at the bottom, or you can get to the link from thelangilleshow.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you enjoy the show, subscribe. I mean, there's like 800 people that viewed the last episode, and I have something like 20, 25 subscribers. So, you know what? If you enjoy what I'm doing, feel free to rate it out of 5 and also subscribe so you automatically get updates as to when I'm going to do this again. So yeah, let's get some more people subscribed to this and make this show grow. So I'm going to wrap this one up. My name is Brian Langille. Thank you for watching episode number 47 of The Langille Show. You can check it out at thelangilleshow.com and youtube.com. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Langille. There's some credits rolling here. There they are. I like this idea. We started doing this last episode. I think we're going to keep doing this. But until then, I'm going to take off. Be careful with how you barbecue. Don't burn your hand. And no matter how good of an idea it seems like right now when you're watching this, you don't want to eat 96 chicken wings. Trust me. Take care.